If you missed the first episode, we recently adopted these two young Mustang fillies from the White Mountain Herd Management Area through the Wind River Wild Horse Sanctuary in Wyoming. This is also Jason's very first Mustang he has ever personally adopted, which makes this challenge even more exciting for us. The idea behind this challenge is pretty simple. Jason has one Mustang, I have the other, and we're documenting the gentling process day by day to see how these mares progress over time and who can build trust with their horse the fastest. But before we go any further, we want to make one thing very clear. Horsemanship and the horse's well-being come first, always. This is not about forcing milestones, scaring horses into submission, or trying to win at the expense of these mares. Every Mustang is different, and every horse processes pressure, new environments, and people differently. Some days they make huge progress, and other days they may just need time to think and decompress. Our goal with this series is to show the real process of gentling wild horses while working at a pace each horse needs us to go. We want these fillies to leave this experience confident, trusting, and set up for success in their future homes someday. So with that said, we have a scoring system to make things a bit of fun, and after yesterday, the leaderboard is 5 to 10. We will be doing 2 sessions with these girls today, so let's see how day 2, session 1 goes.
This is what I'm up against here, people. I thought I might win our belt buckle, but...
Welcome back to another day of husband versus wife Mustang Extreme Challenge. It's our second day. So, to recap day 1, we have my little chestnut, we have Jason's little Roan, and they did awesome. It is extremely windy here today, so we'll see how they do today. I'll let Jason recap what he did with his Roan. So for the little chestnut, she just did awesome. She's like the coolest little horse ever. She's just decided that she's going to be domesticated and that the domestic life is way easier than the wildlife. And she just wants to be a good little girl. So we still don't have a name for her. We were thinking along the lines of something kind of like saucy and sassy because she seemed like she was a little bit like that when we went and looked at her. But she's honestly just super sweet. So we need just like a really nice, sweet name. Jason said Snickerdoodle. Not sure I love that name. But she needs a name, and she needs it to be just a good little girl because that's what she is. So yesterday I was able to get the neck tag off of her, get a halter on her, start working on just a little bit of that pressure with the halter, and brushed out her little dreads, kind of touched around on her body, and yeah, she was doing awesome. So I don't really have a concrete game plan today. I'm gonna go in there and just see how she's feeling. I'll probably try to get the halter on her again. Probably try to brush her off, like her whole body, at least above her belly area, brushed off today. And I might try to braid her mane, brush it out and braid her mane, and see how she feels about that. Maybe get a little bit more forward movement. She's pretty lazy and a little sticky, so I think getting some forward movement would be great as well. So yeah, we're gonna get started here and see how they do today in the wind.
Look at our little doodle.
She's so cute.
Great day to work with Mustangs.
We might get blown over. Holy cow.
Okay.
See if my horse doesn't blow away.
When you open the gate, I'll start the 1-hour timer.
All right, ready? Go.
Start.
Now. Hopefully my hat doesn't fly off. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Hi, girly. Oh, girly. Hi. How are you today? Because I still love my scratches. That's a good sign. Oh, you're just the cutest little girl. You're just the cutest little girl. Good girl. Don't you nibble me. Thank you, ma'am. how she feels on this side today. Yesterday, this was the side she was a little bit more timid on. Good girl. She's watching our neighbor. Hi, sweetie. Oh, you're so sweet. Do you not? You have to watch her. She wants to be a little bit mouthy. So I'm gonna be gentle when I'm reprimanding her for that. But it's something that she's gonna have to. Oh, she's itchy up there. She's weaning. Good girl. Oh my goodness. All right. See if we can brush her. Hey, sweetie. You remember this thing? Yeah? The Roan's over there scratching her booty on the panels. Good girl. How about this? Oh. Tumbleweed. Yeah. You ready? Can I touch you with it? Good girl. Nice. Good girl. She says, can I eat it? Good girl. Don't you nibble me, ma'am. Good job. Yeah. Is it edible? It might be. This is the horse you dream about getting if you're gonna do a Mustang competition. I like how she put me on this side today. Nice job. Doesn't even care that I'm brushing her on her booty. Good job. Can I brush your jaw? Oh, wow. You are just the sweetest girl. Dude, this horse is the craziest. Like, people thought Rooster was calm, but holy cow, like this girl is just literally the most chill. Good girl. Good job. Even though she's chill, I'm not gonna push her too far. I'm gonna be mindful that she still might need a little time here and there. Good girl. Yeah, hi. Let me get it tied and then we can. There you go. We'll have to adjust that a little. Good job. Good girl. I think that she doesn't mind me touching her pole. Now the question is, which side of her neck do we braid her mane on? Most of it's laying on that side. I think it's just gonna wanna lay over that way.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But you can't see her brand.
I know, I always like seeing their freeze brand. I think it's cool.
sweet girl. What is it? Ready? I'm gonna click this a few times just so she gets used to that sound and I don't scare her when it's under her jaw. You don't care? You're just gonna eat it? Yes, you're just gonna eat it? Distracted with the killdeer. Yeah? Good girl. You don't care. I like reach under her face with all this rope. She's like, whatever. Literally the most opposite horse of Honey you could find.
Thank goodness.
Sweetie. Good girl. Nice. Yeah, it's nice to have a nice one after working with Honey. Making such slow progress. Hold good. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, does that feel good? You want to eat that? So she has an interesting whorl on her forehead. I'm going to tell you what it means. I know our time is ticking, but she can just hang out and play for a second. Here, come here. Show me your whorl. She's not going to stand still for you, though. A long, narrow, or feathery hair pattern that often indicates a friendly, inquisitive, and agreeable nature.
Well, that's accurate.
That is very accurate. So there you go. So if you find one, come here. See if she'll let me do this. Hold her head still. So you can see her whorl, it kind of feathers upwards. Instead of just being a total circle, it has kind of a line to it. That's what we're calling a feathered whorl. And that's pretty accurate. So she's yawning a lot here. So she's interesting because she seems really chill all the time, but I think she is even still feeling some stress. So she's kind of coming down off of whatever, maybe putting the halter on. Maybe getting a little spooked there by the clip noise. Like, I don't know exactly what was causing that. Because she's so in my space, I am going to start working with her on backing up a little bit. So I'm going to do that is I'm going to have my hand down. And I'm going to just close these halter strings, and that's going to be all the pressure I put on. And I'm just going to see if she gives with her head a little bit downwards. See how that means a lot. I'm just going to wait for her to relax. So I'm going to put just barely any pressure on. She's going to try to nibble me. Good girl. But I'd like her just to relax her head a little. So I'm not going to put any more pressure. There you go. So she backed a lot of steps, but I also want her to not have her head up like this. So just a barely any pressure, because that meant a lot to her. So barely any. We'll see here if we can just get a nice step without her throwing her head. I'm gonna hold, put just a little bit more on, backwards here. Now I'm gonna hold, because she's thinking about it. She's kind of stuck. But I think she's gonna get it. That front left foot. Good girl. Nice. That was very nice. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Very nice. She says, just love me. Just love me. I've learned that is nice, and I just want to be loved. And she's just a baby. She's just turning 2. And since she is a wild Mustang. She does not seem like wild Mustang, but she is a wild Mustang. So I'm not just gonna be harsh to her about getting in my space. The fact that she wants to be with me, I'm just gonna gently back her up again. Good girl. Just one step. This front foot here. Good. So the fact that she wants to be with me is great. I love that. But I do want to have some boundaries right off the bat. Good girl. Nice. I'm going to wait for her head I'm not going to put any more pressure. I'm just going to wait for her head to be easy. There, good. Good girl. I'm going to try to kind of go with her and not put any more pressure on her when her head's way up like that, but I do want her to bring her head down at least a little bit and just relax a little bit before I release. So I'm going to ask for one more step and we'll move on to something else. Also don't like to get stuck on one thing for too long with young horses or wild horses that don't know what you're asking. So I'm going to ask for the backup. I'm just going to hold this pressure because this means something to her even though she's kind of stuck. Good girl. She's thinking. Nice. That wasn't perfectly backwards, but I'm going to take it. Good girl. Good girl. So I'm going to work. And if she goes to nibble my pockets like she's doing, I'm just going to take my elbow and I'm just going to push her a little bit. I'm not going to get after her too much. I'm going to see how she feels about me touching down her leg. This is like not usual. A lot of times you'd probably want to go in with a stick first. And that's what I'm going to do with her back feet, even though she's calm. I don't trust her yet to just go touch her back feet. She could kick me real easy. I'm going to see if I can actually lift her leg. And she might want to nibble at me when I'm asking her to do this. Good girl. So even her weight shift there, I'm going to go ahead and release for that because that's the right answer. She didn't do it fully, but that's the right thought process. So we can go back again. But if you notice young horses, a lot of times when they're playing with each other, they're going in and they're biting each other's legs. They're biting each other's hocks. And that's like how horses play. And so I feel like it's kind of natural for young horses to want to be nibbly when you first go to pick their feet up. So I'm just going to block myself here, not in a rude way. Good girl. I'm going to do a little partial release. I'm going to see if I can get it all the way picked up this time. So I'm just going to hold. I'm going to block her nose here. I'm going to add some motion. She's trying to nibble me. Good girl. That was like a half pickup. I like that. That was good. The other thing to note too, when you're picking up feet on a young horse, is they need to be balanced so that they can pick that foot up. If they're off balance and they're got all their weight on this and you're trying to pick this foot up and all the weight's on it, that's going to be really hard for them. So you want to make sure that they're able to pick that foot up. Her head being over here isn't helping her balance the right way, but there, she's getting it. Nope, don't do that. Good girl. There, nice. I'll take that. Good girl. She's like, what happened? That was weird. And this mouthiness, just as I keep setting boundaries and as I just have kind of firm boundaries, it'll go away. I'm not too worried about it right now. Everyone's always real concerned in the beginning when they're mouthy, but you just see how she's kind of pushing on me. So that's where I'm going to slowly, I'm not going to do it in a mean way. Good girl. I'm just going to back her off me. So this is where I need to have boundaries set. That pushing on me is not the answer. I'm going to just back her up again. She's just going through a phase where she's like, okay, cool. I'm not afraid of you anymore. So now I'm going to test your limits. Good girl. Good girl. So that's where teaching this backup with her right away is very important. Okay, we're going to go again. Just see if we can pick it all the way up. She's balanced well. Do not bite me. Nice. Oh, what a good girl. She's a really broke horse reincarnated in this Mustang's body. Like, this is not even... It's a Mustang challenge, but you just want to be the sweetest girl.
Not very challenging.
Yeah. Yeah.
You always said you wished you kept your old horse Chief.
Yeah.
So this
right?
is your gift here.
This is my old horse. He was a gelding, but well, he was a stud for a while, but reincarnated into this Mustang, this filly Mustang's body. This is how I had a stud for just a little while, not in any purpose of breeding him. He just happened to be a stallion when we bought him. And This is exactly how he was, just super chill ever since he was just a little baby. Good girl. It's easy to get really comfortable though, and I have to remind myself, like, she is a wild horse. She doesn't act like it, but I still need to be mindful that I could do something that kind of makes her frightened, and she could kick out at me or have some issues with it. Okay, I'm gonna lean into her just a little bit. Good girl. Just to help her shift her weight. She's just as chill as can be. She does not care. Good girl. Yeah, that's even better. Perfect. So she is prepared now to pick this foot up. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for it. Good girl. And just for a second. I don't need to hold it. Oh, she got itches.
She's like, look what I could do.
You have itches on your belly? I'm gonna stand up by her front end so she kicks at me.
Oh, yeah.
Do not push me, ma'am. Oh my gosh. You are too funny. You are the funniest girl. Oh my gosh. You are so funny. The fact that I can even touch your belly, let alone. Is that it? We got helicopters flying over. I will say, people want to talk about how traumatic it is for horses to be rounded up. And yes, it's definitely a scary experience for him. But even Honey, who's very sensitive, who was rounded up by a helicopter, none of them, I haven't had any Mustangs so far, out of the 4 that we've had here, none of them have cared about helicopters, even in the slightest. It hasn't spooked them. So anyway, that's just an observation I've made. It really doesn't seem to have a lasting effect, at least on the small number that we have worked with. Good girl. I like how she's kind of just wanting, she's not really leading. She's just wanting to follow.
Yeah, because you have belly scratches.
Because I have belly scratches. So I'm gonna, whoops, it is really windy. Might not be the best day to introduce the flag. It's so windy I can't really control it. I'm gonna tie it just a little smaller just so it doesn't blow around quite so crazy like. So I'm gonna see now if we can introduce the flag. Good girl. I'm gonna see here if she can follow this thing. Good girl. Good girl. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna wait. Good girl. I'm gonna take all the pressure off. That was really nice. She's like, what is this thing attached to my face? So I'm just gonna let her sniff this first. I don't want her to be afraid of it. I am gonna use it at some point to move her, but I wanna make sure she's okay with it first before I just go start moving her with it, because I could scare her. What is that? What is that? This flag has been previously mutilated by multiple Mustangs already. Rooster mainly. But see how windy it is? It's hard for me to control if this flag all of a sudden flops up in her face. So I tied it a little bit just to make it less likely to really go crazy. Good girl. I'm just going to take it away while she's still interested in it. Good girl. Yeah. I'll let her grab it if she wants to. I'm going to try to hold on to it though, because if I let go of it and then she gets scared and can't seem to let go of it, it could really scare her. So I want to make sure I don't let go of the handle and just let her fend for herself. Sometimes horses get nervous and kind of get lockjaw, and then the object's chasing them and they can't figure out how to let go. So I'm going to come over to this eye. I'm going to ask her to step around. Good girl. So far this horse has like amazing retention. We're just starting where we left off yesterday. The feathery swirl, man. That's the key.
That's what it is, you think?
That's the key.
It's all about the swirl.
Yeah. Find a horse with a feathery swirl. Get it. 100% has to be what it is.
I wonder what Vic would think about that.
What?
I wonder what Vic would think about that.
Is
He's
he into the
giving
swirl?
away many horses that didn't have a feathery swirl, I'm sure. Just waiting for the feather swirl.
Yep. That's 100% what it is. It does start fairly low, too, which is also, it's like a nice low swirl. I've always had, I don't know, you know, I mean, there must be something to it. All the horses, although Honey has a pretty low swirl. We kind of think something might have happened to Honey, though. So I have to watch myself that I'm not just backing up when she does come and crowd me. Because I don't want her to learn that she can just push people around. And she's definitely going to test that. But I would rather have a horse that's a little bit pushy and a little bit lazy than one that's super flighty and reactive. For what we do, just riding and wanting to be safe, this is the kind of horse that you can make like what people call bomb-proof. This is that mental, just the disposition, I guess, the mindset of a horse that can be made into a bomb-proof horse, for sure. They're just naturally chill. Ooh, was that tasty? And she's funny. I like your sense of humor. I do. I like your sense of humor. You're just the bestest little... Uh-oh. I'm glad that wasn't scary. Good girl. All right, so she seems pretty good with this. I'm going to start rubbing it on her. So see how she tensed up there. So even though she's really chill, I still want to watch that and make sure I don't push her too far, because this is the kind of horse you could just keep piling stuff on. And she probably would take it, even if she wasn't really okay about it. And she's such a sweet girl. I want to make sure that we're feeling okay about all this. So she gave me this side. I'm going to go ahead and touch her there. She's a little unsure about it. Like, she doesn't have big reactions, but you can still see the tenseness in her. So I'm going to respect that and just give her a moment. Yeah. I think with this horse, if you just give her a moment, even though she would take it, she's going to be 10 times better if you just give her some time just to think here and there. Good girl. So I'm just going to let her sniff that, and then I'm just going to take it away. And she can just think on what we just did. Try not to put any pressure on this lead rope. Good girl. Yep. Remember, not too close here. We're going to back a step. Nice job. And we're going to back a step. Nice job. That's getting good, girl. That's getting really nice. Good girl. All right. I'm going to pick this up where she can see it. I don't want to sneak up on her. Good girl. Yep. And we're going to just rub her here. Now I'm going to rub it down her butt. I'm going to take it away. I'm going to rub it down her leg, but I'm just going to kind of take it away quickly. So we touched her leg there, but we didn't linger. So I'm going to come over here where she can see it. Start at her shoulder. And I'm standing back that if she did strike at it, I am not in the strike zone. Same with the kick zone. So I'm going to go down her leg, down her, and just take it away real quick before she can kind of react to that. Whoops, it's getting windy.
That time you could see on her face, if you had stayed there, she'd have had to leave.
Yeah, there's some concern. So that's where, even though she's calm, I want to keep in mind that this is new. So again, I'm going to come down and I'm just going to leave. That was a little better that time. She is naturally very confident and very curious and very calm, but you could also get her pretty worried if you did too much too fast. And that's what I don't want to do, because we've got a really good thing going and I don't want to ruin it by being greedy and pushing her too fast. Good girl. But I mean, this horse, like if someone had If they told me they had a 2-year-old quarter horse that they had raised as a baby but hadn't never halter broke and it just turned out in the field and the kids had come out and just petted it and stuff, like this is what I would expect. This would be on the good end of what I would expect. So for her to be a Mustang and have this mindset and have this amount of just chill to her is really incredible.
We should go adopt that curly, and then you have to work with 2 while I work with 1.
There you go. Yeah, Jason just said, well, you have a mic on?
It is on,
so they can hear you.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, maybe I'll text Katie. Hey, is that curly still available?
And for our husband versus wife competition, you have to take whatever horse is doing worse in that aspect.
There you go.
And
a lot of people like that curly. I think we could probably rehome her pretty easy. What's one more, right?
Well, yeah, we have space here.
Yeah. We got the room. What's one more? Good girl. She just wants to be your buddy. She just wants to be sweet.
Yeah, look at her.
Like I said, if I could just take 1% of this and give it to Honey, that would be a big change in Honey. Good girl. See if I can touch her ears. Yep. Rooster loves the inside of his ears scratched.
He's half mule.
People said Rooster was easy, but Rooster is similar to that Roan there, who also is really a very nice horse. She's pretty darn chill. She's asleep. Hey. Yeah, I don't want to just touch you and spook you. So I wanted her to be a little bit alert. Back to what I was saying though. I mean, that Roan's pretty chill, but this girl, like, talk about, this horse is easy. And she's now to the point in our session where she's asleep. Good girl.
See how long you have left.
Yeah, what's my time?
30 minutes left.
30 minutes? I did want to braid her mane.
You have just over 30.
Just over 30. I kind of think I might try to pick up her back feet. She had no reaction to me touching it with the flag right there. I do want to work on a little forward movement. Good girl. Wake up, little girl. I'm just gonna hang with her. She's trying to figure out what it means. She says, usually when I back, that's the answer. It's a little different pressure though. There, good girl. So instead of just pulling more, like, yeah, she didn't get the answer right there for a minute, but she was trying to figure it out. And that pressure obviously meant something to her. She just hadn't found the right answer yet. So I'm not going to, good. So I'm not gonna get harsher and like lock down because that could really cause her to panic. I'm just gonna go with her. I'm gonna try to hold the same amount of pressure, but I'm just gonna go with her until she figures it out. She stops, then I'll add a little bit. So that means something to her, so I don't need to get any firmer than that. And I'm not pulling very hard at all. We're just gonna wait. So you can see how she's a little bothered. She's trying to sort it out. There. Good girl. We'll ask again. So I'm pulling a little more directly forward on her than I was yesterday. She's like, I turn my butt to the wind. This is what Mustangs do. I mean, we'll get there this direction. We are getting closer to where I'm trying to go, so. Good girl. Good girl. So I've said it before, but it's like when you have a kid going to kindergarten and they're learning, you know, you want them to learn how to spell a word or read a word. Well, first they have to learn what letters even are, how to write letters, how to read letters. So I'm not going to expect her to spell, you know, I don't know, some tough word if she doesn't even know how to write or read letters yet. And figuring out this pressure, that's like figuring out her ABCs. She's got to do that first before I expect her to fully lead Good girl. Good girl. Do one more step this way. We're making it. Wait, look how far we came. We started from like 10 feet that way. We went all the way around the pen and now we're here. So I'm just gonna wait. Good. Good girl. Good girl. I'm gonna give her a break. That was good. My rope's not quite long enough. You might have to take a couple more steps. I'm just gonna hang on. She's trying to figure it out. She just doesn't know what it means. Good girl. And that was a try the right way because she stepped over. Good girl. There we go. Nice. Good. We'll ask again. And it helps if you pull off to the side because you kind of tip them off balance a little bit. It makes it a little bit harder for them to brace and just get locked up. So I'm just gonna wait. Good girl. And I'm waiting till either she takes a step sideways where I'm pulling or comes forward into it. So while she's backing, because that's what I don't want right now, it's what I'm not asking her to do. While she's backing, I'm just gonna keep holding the same amount of pressure, not get firmer. Good girl. That was good, sweetie. That was a good one. So just give her a break. She enjoys being petted, so that's why I'm petting her. But if she didn't really enjoy it yet, I would just stand here and leave her totally alone as a break. But she kind of likes the attention. All right.
You still have 25 minutes.
Hey, we got both front feet picked up. That's a pretty good day. Especially for our second session. We'll take that. Gosh,
there was proof it's a Mustang.
Yeah, there's proof. She is wild Mustang. There it is.
Well, she's a Mustang anyway.
Yeah. Everyone got offended when we called Rooster a wild Mustang. He was a little wild when we first got him, not too bad. This girl, though, I don't know if you could ever call her a wild Mustang. She's pretty chill. She lived in the wild for a short period of time. She got rounded up when she was about a weanling. Then she just lived in the holding pens till, what was that? Last week? We picked him up a few days ago, not very long. We gave him a couple days to settle in, get him started on some ulcer feed through. That's kind of a new protocol we're gonna do with all of our Mustangs, even though these girls don't seem to be too worried. They do go through a lot. I mean, they were gathered in, I think 2024, in August 2024, so like the same time Honey was. And they were in the Rock Springs holding facility in Wyoming. And then they got moved to the Wind River Wild Horse Sanctuary, also in Wyoming. That's in Lander. So they got hauled there. We're there for, I think, at least a couple weeks. And then got hauled to here in Idaho. So we've had a little bit of stress just moving to new homes and new holding pens, I should say. Trailering's always a little bit stressful, even on domesticated horses. So she likes her mane. Just we'll see how she likes the brush making noise, but she likes being messed. She just likes being pampered. She's just good with it. All right, Sleeping Beauty. Hey, sweetie. Do you see this brush? You care? I know you're asleep. There you go. Okay. Don't want her to come back awake and be like, whoa, what are you touching me with? Although I think for her, she'd probably just walk away. I don't think she'd have too big of a reaction. Good girl.
On one hand, I was kind of like, oh man, I wish I would have got the easy horse. But I feel like she's like such a special horse that I'm actually kind of glad that you got her, so that you can just show what they're capable of without the handicap of poor training.
Well, I think there's something too, like it's more, not saying this isn't special, like she is a very unique horse. This just doesn't like happen very often at all. But there's also something when they're just a little more challenging at the beginning, like Rooster didn't want to be touched. He kind of challenged me a few times, like, and then all of a sudden they just like let their guard down and let you in. It's more satisfying. Where this girl, I mean, I'm thankful for her just because Honey's been such a challenge. It's really nice to have one that's like so gentle, especially since we are planning to rehome both these girls. It's like, well, the sooner she's gentle, the sooner she can go to her new home. And I mean, she's flying through kind of our checklist here. Obviously we want to get her much better with her feet, you know, but just first steps, this is amazing. So it is nice that she's so easy, but also it's kind of fun when it's a little bit of a challenge and then you get through to them.
Yeah, it is. I mean, though, you could come in with bad energy and bad timing, and you could take this horse from being really nice and make it not a nice horse. You could let her run you over, and then next thing you know, she thinks she can just walk all over people because she's so easy to snuggle.
Yes.
So it's like, if you don't know what you're doing, even a nice horse like this could turn into a challenge, I feel like.
Yeah, I think she could get to the point real quick where she's like, figures out she can move your feet, and next thing you know, she's like, you know, kicking out at you or coming over and biting you or pinning her ears at you. Kind of getting a little attitude because she thinks she's a little more dominant than you. So that's something we have to be mindful of with her, that we don't want her to become, good girl, you're okay, aggressive in any way or just sort of pushy. Good girl. In horses that are more reactive, I would be more concerned about her falling asleep. Like if I thought she might come to and possibly, you know, strike out or kick out or really bolt, and then I'd have this lead rope chasing her, like I would probably not let her just fully take a nap. But she's so chill, even when she comes out of it, she'll have a little startle, but she doesn't even move her feet, so I feel okay with her. I think even if she, oh, good stretch. Good stretch. I think even if she did walk away and that lead rope was dragging, I could pick it up in enough time that I wouldn't spook her. Or even if she did, you know, jump sideways and that lead rope was dragging, I think within a couple laps, even if she did feel like she needed to take off running, she'd probably be like, oh, that's fine. Your mane is just amazing. Good girl. You got flies. You got flies bugging your belly.
I can't wait for Mom and Dad to watch this video. They're gonna think it's the coolest horse ever.
She is the coolest horse ever. Rooster is, I mean, oh, hold on. Hi, I've had this the whole time. You didn't even know. I was a little worried you might. Okay, I'm gonna stand up by your front feet just in case you try to do a little cow kick here. Oh, yeah. Oh, sweetie. Oh my goodness. I'm like in her flank right now.
That's the spot.
Feels wrong to be touching her there when I like don't know her very well. But I don't think she's gonna do anything. She just got the itchiest belly. Huh. I think we could probably saddle you up and get on you if you were older. Yeah. Yeah, if you were a 4-year-old. But you're just a baby. So we're not gonna do that yet. What is that? You wanna check it out? You can check it out. Yeah. That's your hair. You had some dreads and some of it came out. Oh, we're gonna eat it? Let's not eat your hair though. Oh, spooked to something. Your Roan's over there just playing with the feed pan. We just have a little bit left, and then we could braid it. And if she's awake and kind of wants to do stuff, then I'll go back to working on moving her feet. If she wants to take a nap, then I'll braid her mane a little.
You have 16 and a half minutes.
16 and a half minutes. Are you ready to take another nap and I'll braid your mane? Oh, that feel good. Or are you ready to do some moving? Can I brush your little forelock? She says, of course you can. I'm up for whatever. If you want to brush right in between my ears, yeah, why not? Sure. Because, you know, that's normal for a wild Mustang. Dude, you are the most chill. You just the most chill. Like, I liked you at the holding pen. There's a reason I picked you, because I thought you were going to be pretty cool. But you have way exceeded my expectations for you. Oh, yeah, brush your teeth. That's good. What is it? It feels funny. Oh, now you got hair in your mouth. There we go. Okay, are you ready? Can I touch you back here? Can we brush your tail? Yeah? We're just gonna brush your tail out. No big deal. Just the craziest. All right, let's work on leading a little bit over to where I have the rubber bands. Good girl. We're just gonna wait. I'm gonna have her come this way just a little. We're just gonna wait. Good girl. I'm just gonna wait. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. There you go. You're getting the idea. Good job. Good girl. You're getting the idea, sweetie. I already brushed her, but I'm gonna brush her off again. See if I can brush down her legs. Yeah. Can I brush your forehead? Okay. So yeah, one of our challenge checkoffs is brushing all over their body, above their belly. I did that because if they are touchy with their legs. But shoot, we're just gonna brush your belly. And it is so windy today too. And she's just good about it. Can I brush you on this side? Yeah. Okay. See, if you would have got this horse, everyone would have just thought you were a horse whisperer, because they haven't really seen you work with them that much. But people know I'm not, so that they can really appreciate how gentle this horse is.
I stand by what I said. If your timing wasn't good and your ability to read horses wasn't good, you'd mess up even a special horse like this.
She is pretty special. She needs a special name. She is a special girl. We always get these horses with a purpose to rehome, but in my head already I'm like, could we just keep her for like another couple years until we can start her, and like I could just go have some fun doing some cow horse stuff. You know, maybe some like reining, don't smudge it. Maybe some reining cow horse. Like, how fun would that be? And to do it on a Mustang. And you guys haven't really seen it yet, but she really has some natural ability. Like, she's fast.
She's a speedy little thing.
She's a speedy little thing, and she can roll back like no other. She was just having a blast the day we went and picked him up. And our friends that told us about these horses, about these Mustangs that were available for adoption, they were like, you should have seen your little chestnut when we picked up ours. Like, she is fast and she was flying. So, even though she's little, I should measure her here soon.
Yeah, you probably could.
I bet she's 13.3, 14 hands right in there.
I'm curious.
At the withers. We could probably get kind of a very rough.
You got 11 minutes.
A very rough measurement here. Let's see. Don't kick me in the head. I'm gonna tie a little knot right where her withers were. My lead rope here. Once we're done, we can measure from the tips of these leathers up to that, however tall that is. For her, before we get any further, I'm gonna put a little bit of fly stuff on her because she did have some flies by her eyes. Her little right eye was a little bit swollen and goopy. It's looking better today. So I don't know if the flies were just bugging it. Or if she bumped it maybe in the trailer, or I have no idea. It's still just barely swollen, but it is looking better. I can't see any cloudiness in it, so I don't think she actually did any kind of damage to her actual eyeball. Hi, sweetie. I'm looking at your eyeball. I think she probably just bumped it, or like I said, the flies were really bugging it. So anyways, it is looking better. There you go. Just wipe the rest off. Gosh, you're just like a little cutting horse. Yeah, you just remind me of all those little cutting horse colts that I used to start. They were wilder than you when they came in.
I bet they were.
Yeah, because they weren't touched. Like they were haltered when they were just a baby, and then they were turned out till they were 2. And not touched, not handled at all. And they were pretty wild when they come in. She's a lot more chill than they were. I have some other bands. We're going to do kind of some chunky braids, I think, because we don't have a lot of time.
Just over 8 minutes.
8 minutes. We're going to start up by your brand. See how you feel about me braiding up by your head, okay? I think probably spending just a couple days just kind of working on our relationship will be good for her. And then here pretty soon we'll start. I know you don't know about me on this side, and you're doing good though. Yeah, you're doing good. Oh, you're just itchy. And then we'll start working on more forward movement, kind of stuff like that. But I like that she just enjoys, do you not? Hanging out with me, trying to take a bite out of me every now and then, you know. She's just testing her limits. She's just exploring her world. This is her world. I'm just living in it. What you see? So I'm going to go with her like she walked ahead there. I want her to stop. But again, I don't want to scare her. So I kind of went with her and just slowly put some pressure on her to stop. Same with right there, blocking her head. It's like I don't want to just have a hard wall where it's like a ton of pressure, because I could really scare her still. She doesn't know what that means. Even though she seems like she knows what that means, she doesn't know what that means. This is all new to her. We are the first people to adopt her, which is crazy. She was not through any kind of program. She's just naturally a very chill girl.
Buck Brannaman adopted her, kept her for a month, and then relinquished her.
Yeah. People would believe it. Seriously. We paid $125 to adopt her. Huh, sweetie? Yeah.
I'll prove it. These came from the same place, and it's almost my turn.
Yeah, they did. They came from the same exact place. Yeah, what's my time? Do I have time to do a couple more?
You got 5:44.
Hi. Come here. Good girl. Come here. Nice. All right there. Good job. Sweet. She's doing way better with me on this side today. She's not trying to block me nearly as bad. Still a little bit, but not bad. At least we can see your brand now. They, I will say too, they must have held her brand on for a minute because it's kind of bumpy, and you can see like it's kind of bled together. Where the bar goes across underneath her, what would be numbers with this system, it's like her hairs almost didn't grow back. So with freeze brands, if you hold them on long enough, I don't remember if it's like a minute, they'll actually turn basically into a hot brand. It'll take the hair won't grow back. Good girl. Yeah, we're just gonna finish up by leading a little. Nice job. Good girl. All right, let's go this way. Right, she says, I wanna go this way. Yep. You come with me? You can come with me? Good girl. There you go. Nice job. When she gets stuck, I'm just gonna walk to the side. I'm gonna go with her a little. Nice. I'm gonna go. Nice. She's trying. She's trying. And oh, missed it. There. Good girl. So she just doesn't understand. Good girl. How to find basically that relief. She hasn't figured out that she's got to stay with me. So she's just trying all different answers. She doesn't know what this means. Good girl. Nice. Then when she tries to leave, I'm just going to hold her. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, try not to pull on her too hard because their faces are very sensitive. Nice. She's like, I just want to go back to my buddy. Watch this trick. I can back to her. Yeah. But it's not going to work. I'll let you back, but it's not going to relieve the pressure. So because she's a little stuck and she's also by her buddy, I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on her. I'm going to tap her. Gently. Try to stand out of the way. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. There you go. And the only reason I started putting pressure on her is because she's next to her buddy. Good girl. And I want her to get away from her friend. Going to her friend is not going to solve the problem. Good girl. Try to get her to lead away here. Good girl. Good girl. There we go. Nice. What's our time now?
What?
What's our time now? Good girl.
You have a minute and a half, but obviously...
Oh no, she's good. We're just working on getting away from our buddy. Nice. There we go. Oh, she figured it out. So a lot of Mustangs, when they start feeling that pressure, they can really freak. For her, that's like her freaking. So if she starts going back to her buddy like this, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna add a little pressure, get her to move her feet forward. Add a little pressure.
45 seconds.
Good girl. There we go. Nice. Good girl. Good girl. Still being gentle with her. There you go. Good girl. There's my time. Good girl. Good job. I like that. That was good.
Yeah.
There she goes. Yeah, we can make a penalty that way.
Well, I'm pretty sure you already clinched the victory.
Well, we can get a
points-wise.
penalty, but then also that can make it to where if you need to take just a second longer to end on a good note with your horse,
Yeah.
it's not like all in, you know,
Yeah.
just done. I like that though. She figured it out. I'm going to be a little more. I'm going to ask her just to give her head just a little bit today. Good.
Nice.
Before I take the halter off. Because eventually I'd like to bend her head around when I put the halter on, take it off. So I'm going to take just a second and just tell her she's good. Make sure she's in a good place mentally and be a little firmer on her there to move her feet. So this next session we'll definitely work on getting that movement going a little bit more. Good girl. So she's feeling pretty good about her life, so that's great. Good girl. Just got a little sticky next to her buddy.
Happens to the best of us.
So this is going to be a pretty rough estimate here. Let's see if I can do this. I shouldn't even need that, right? I got to pop this all the way up. Find her little knot here. Now remember, she's going to be, I don't know how maybe we take away the leather because it went up around her belly. So if we take away the leather, she's right at about 13.3. So she's probably somewhere in that 13.3, 14 hands right now.
I bet in the next session you could probably measure her with the actual measuring stick.
Probably. Probably here real soon. So anyway, she's about what we thought. 13.3, 14 hands. But she's just turning 2. They have her birthday down as June. Judging by the Roan's pictures of when they brought them in, she's probably about 6 months old. If it was in June, she would have only been 2 months old. So I think they're a little off. I think they're a few months older than they thought. But I mean, they're right in there. They're only a few months off, probably on their age. So if we're going off of kind of regular horse things, horses turn, their birthday's January 1st, at least in the show horse world. So a lot of the facilities, they do that the same way. So January 1st is Mustang's birthday. So it just clicks over to a year older then. So they're 2-year-olds. They're turning 2 right about now, probably, is when they were born. So she's only 2. She has a ton of growing left to do. We could do I should have done the string test. That's what I really should have done.
Yeah.
Because that, I think she'd totally be up for. So maybe this evening I'll do the string test and talk about that. We can kind of get an estimation of how much taller she might get. Look how pretty she is, all groomed up.
She is pretty.
Well, for session 2, that wraps up the second hour we've worked with her. We only got 1 session in yesterday, 1 hour worth of work, and then 1 hour today. She's just the easiest Mustang. Like, she's chill. She really tries hard. She's pretty sensitive in a good way. And yeah, I just couldn't ask for a better little Mustang. Like, she's just the coolest little horse. I really liked her looking at her. I liked how soft her eyes were. I liked just how she was kind of moving around the pen with us and stuff. But man, she's just blown past all expectations of her. So didn't think we would get her feet picked up today. Didn't think that I would even necessarily be able to braid her mane today. And we didn't quite get it done. We just ran out of time, but definitely think she would have let me. So she's just being awesome. I just love her. I already love her so much. So she's gonna make someone a really nice little horse. We'll see what we decide to do. We probably won't keep her long enough for me to have fun with her, but hopefully we can get her in a home where someone will do something really fun with her. So she's amazing. She needs a name so I can quit calling her the little chestnut. She's so cool. We're hiding from the wind.
tucked in behind the tack room. All right, we're about to start day 2 with my first Mustang. So after thinking about it yesterday quite a bit, I think the goal today is to do a little less driving and just a little more like kind of almost like slow motion, just kind of up close and pressure and release that way without getting her trotting around as much. One of the challenges is going to be it's super windy today, so there's a potential that she's going to be a little more elevated, but yeah, just going to do the best I can to try and build a little trust and get a whole bunch of touches in without a whole lot of driving. So that's kind of my goal for the day. We'll see how it goes, and we'll try to adapt if we need to, but I'd really like to get some good pets in and kind of extend the length of time that I can touch her and her be okay with it. So day 2, wild Mustang, here we go.
Yay. Recording. She's ready.
You ready? You got your timer ready?
Yeah.
Roni's ready.
She's ready.
Remember, we need names.
She's not in focus, but she's ready. There we go. Good girl. We had some crazy winds today, so.
Yeah, if she gets too elevated, we'll just call it, but, oh, you're waiting on me?
Whenever you're ready.
Ready?
And
1 out.
start.
I'm gonna just see if she's kind of curious about this halter. If it's causing stress, I'll just get rid of it, but I think I'm just gonna kind of hold it, and that way it's becoming normal for when the time comes. Good girl. Good girl. Nice. Good. Good. One thing that Alyssa and I talked about yesterday was giving her bigger releases. So that's another thing I'm kind of working on today. Good girl.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Good. One thing about the Roan compared to Alyssa's filly is the Roan gets a lot of security from her buddies. She did when we were looking at her over in Lander, and she does here too with this little chestnut. Hi.
Nice.
Good girl. Good girl.
Good job. Good girl. A lot of branches falling down, blowing out of the trees. So, not an easy day
Nice. Good
to
job.
train Mustangs.
Good.
Wow.
Good. It's kind of nice where we adopted these guys from. They had dogs running around at the facility, and so these girls have at least been exposed to dogs running around and barking and appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Good girl. That was pretty good. A little more movement that time with my hand, and she didn't seem to mind. Nice.
Oh, look at her.
Good girl. Good
That's
job.
awesome.
Good girl. You want to check this thing out? Is that scary? Nice. Good girl. Does that smell like your friend, kinda? Nice. Nice.
Good girl.
She definitely wants to pay attention and be buddies.
Yeah, she does.
Just if I can bring it out of her well. Good girl. Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I've been thinking about a lot is if you have a YouTube channel, you can really make yourself look like a pro or an expert because you do the editing and you can leave out the stuff that doesn't look so good. But you guys probably wouldn't learn as much if we edited out all my mistakes and bad timing and stuff like that. So we probably won't post these whole videos on our main channel, but they will be on the memberships. But we'll post out like so you see my mistakes and you can kind of learn from the bad timing. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Good.
Yeah, and like.
But yeah, I would love for you guys to be able to learn from my mistakes, and if you adopt a Mustang, be able to do just a little bit better from learning from me and what I don't do well. Good girl.
Here for me as
look
well.
at
We've
you.
posted Honey's whole uncut
Good.
sessions over on the members channel as well. There's, I don't know, there's probably close to 10 hours of Honey footage over there as well. And when I find the time, I need to add roosters as well. Go on.
Squirrel says I'm out of here. Good job. Good job. Good. There is a line of drawing them to you too much and getting them pushy, but I don't think we're even anywhere near that with this girl. Something to be cognizant of, though, I guess. Good girl. Nice. Getting some way better pets already today. Like getting like a good long like rub down her nose compared to yesterday, just kind of touching. And she looks more at peace with it too. Good girl. See how she is on the other side. Good. Good. A little lick and chew there. She does seem more relaxed today already. Good girl.
That was good.
I love that she's so interested in me. Even though she's timid, it's kind of fun to see her at least looking to me like, what's this guy doing? Better than being indifferent like Honey. I feel little water droplets hitting me from the sprinklers.
Yeah, the sprinklers that are way over there too.
One thing I wonder about is how much repetition is too much repetition for a young filly like this, whether I might just get kind of bored and over it. But right now I don't really have a whole lot of tools in my toolbox to work with either, so just try to kind of reach a little bit farther up her face and get out while the getting's good. Good job, you're doing good. Let this wind die down for a minute.
He's being a sass. Nice. So when you're to a good place, why don't you tell us what's going through your mind?
That's what's going through my mind. What is going through my mind? So I guess I just want her to stay focused on me and also improve her comfort level with me coming up to her, and then also with me touching her face. So like you'd see she was pretty comfortable with me coming up to her, but if I get up anywhere close to her eye, it's a little too much. But now I want to get out in a good spot. Good.
Nice.
So I guess that's what's going through my mind, but then she'll check. She's really fast to check out. She doesn't sit and soak, which is probably partially her personality, but it's also probably partially because I'm not demanding a lot of her and not really bringing up the energy enough for her to even have to come down. It's just almost like you could almost get to where you're pestering her instead of like helping her learn skills. So it's like you want to be soft and you want to be quiet and you don't want to push them too much, but if you don't push them at all, it's just you're annoying, I feel like. Good. But realistically, I'm also really impressed with her. Like, the wind is just ripping today, and she's not just tearing around the pen. Ouch. Good girl. Good. Stress eating.
Oh.
I think if I can just get to a slightly good spot, I might just open the fence and then call it good for her to hang out with her buddy, because it's hard to get a big win, you know, when the wind keeps whipping like this.
Oh my gosh, it's like 70-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
She's actually doing really well.
She is. She's not doing bad for how windy it is. My hat just blew clear over there.
Oh wow, yeah, it did. I'll grab that and then we'll get to a good spot and end it.
Okay.
It's really kind of a bummer because today you could tell she wants to hook on quite a bit more, but it's a little extra challenging with the wind the way it is. But I'm thankful to see that though. All right, let's get to a good spot, then just kick her loose with her buddy. Good girl.
What a
Good girl. Yeah.
That was
Nice.
awesome.
Good job.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Good girl.
That was awesome.
Nice. All right, we'll call that good for today with this wind. Don't you think?
Yeah, maybe if it's a little nicer, I mean, I think you could keep doing that kind of stuff between the windy stuff, and if it gets real windy, you just step
I know
to the
that was
side.
so good, it's hard to stop. Like
Yeah.
that was her best one yet. And I think while it's fresh in my mind, I think what was different was I upped my energy toward her a little bit, and then that also made the draw a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I was trying to do anyway. That's what was going through my head.
I think if there's another gust, just, you know, step to the side for a minute, let it pass, and then you can keep working with her.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Good.
Heck
Nice. That girl.
Good
Yeah.
girl.
Good job. Good job.
yeah. Nice.
And that time I stayed just a little longer. Nice. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Nice. Come on. Atta girl.
Heck yeah.
Good. Good girl. Good.
Yeah, good girl.
Good girl. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice
good
job.
girl. Nice.
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 Oh, I waited too long.
That was awesome.
That was good.
I don't know how badly our audio is shot on this video with this wind. It is insane. But I have to say that this filly
Good.
is doing really well for how windy it is. Like, things are blowing around everywhere. Branches are falling out of the tree. My hat went
Good.
blowing through there. And she's keeping her cool. So I'm really impressed with her.
Good. That's pretty good. Yeah. Nice job. Good girl. Good.
Jason's doing a good job.
Nice job. Nice job. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Good.
There we go.
Good
There's
girl.
some curiosity coming out. I like
Good
that.
job.
Good girl.
Yeah, good girl. Good girl.
Yeah, that's nice. What a good girl. Good job, Jason.
Good girl.
That was awesome.
Nice
I liked what he
job.
did right there.
Good.
Got her attention. Got some draw, backed away. Now he's asking for her to turn again. She turns. He gives her
Nice.
a little release there.
Good girl.
He's doing a good job.
Good. Good girl.
Yeah, good job.
Nice job. Nice job, Roni. That a girl. Yeah.
That's awesome
That's
right there.
Good.
She got a little worried. Good job.
Nice. Oh, that was kind of high up. Nice job. Nice job, Roni. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Nice. Try to walk up to her a little bit. You're all right. You don't always have to leave when I'm walking to you. Nice. There you go. Good. I just give her just a minute. I kind of got carried away. I'd really like to let her soak for a lot longer, but her mind is just kind of on to the next thing.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of.
I would love to just stop and let her lick her lips and stuff, but she's like, oh look, a butterfly. Oh look, my buddy. Oh, the wind's blowing. Nice job. She's changed a lot from yesterday. Nice. Good girl. Don't peel off on me. Nice job. Wow, that was awesome. Nice. I'm gonna set this down for a minute and try to work with two hands just a tiny bit.
Nice.
I don't know if you can hear anything I'm saying.
I know. I'm gonna have to do a straight voiceover on this video.
She's doing great though.
She is.
She's changed a lot from yesterday to today. I think being a little more assertive is probably helpful for her.
I think like when you first came in, it felt like you didn't have a plan, and neither did she. And now I feel like you guys are like, you're working it out, you know?
Yeah.
You're starting to get it.
Yeah, well.
So I like your tactic now, what you're going with. I feel like it's working for you.
Yeah, she's definitely more mentally like tuned in, hooked on, whatever you want to call it, which is awesome. Now if I could get her to be hooked on and then also then make her feel good at the end of it, that would be awesome. So that's the goal, but I don't know how long it'll take.
She'll get there.
If you could get her hooked on, drawn to you, and then find an itchy spot, that would be awesome.
Yep.
Good girl. You're paying a lot more attention today, huh? Instead of just mindlessly flying around. Nice job. Kind of relaxed too.
You've got 20 minutes left, so lots of time.
Itchy belly. One of these days I'll scratch it. Probably not too long, huh? That was pretty good. That was way up there. Yeah, nice. That was a good one. Good girl. Nice. I'm surprised that doesn't bother her more. Nice. Good girl. Good job. Nice. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Her eye kind of softened that time, like she almost liked it. Good job. Yeah. Nice. That was a lot, huh? That was a lot. Good girl. Good girl. 2 at once. Nice job. Good job. Good. Feels weird with your hands just like this. She's like, yeah, it looks weird. Good girl. Nice. Good job. Good job. I wonder, I probably have what, 15 minutes left?
Let me check for you. Yep.
I wonder if
15:23.
15:23. I wonder if since she's a little more confident, if I could maybe scratch her with this and it feel good.
She's real curious about that.
Good girl. Good girl. Is that yummy? Good girl. Is that yummy? Good job. Good. Nice. Good. Ah, crud.
Nice.
Good job. Good job. Yum. Oh, way up there. Nice job. Let's just move for just a second.
Nice.
Good girl. Good. She's like, I don't know about that stick.
It's all right. This is good to get her more confident with it.
Good girl. Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Good.
That was good. Hopefully she'll just be able to stand there and have a nice release.
She's like, who are you? And what are you doing?
Good girl. She's a little more, apt to peeling off and tuning out mentally now than she was a little bit ago, but overall way better than yesterday. I think she's ready to be done. Let's get to a good spot here. No. Let's go this way. No. Nice, there you go. Good. Good. You probably couldn't see that, but it was almost the perfect spot, and then she went kaboom and left.
She has a little sass.
Yeah, left with a little sass is right. Thanks, Yeti, for that. Good. Good. Good job.
That was good.
Good girl.
I like that. She's actually kind of processing some stuff. This girl's funny. She's got a pretty busy mind.
Good job.
She also has a little sass. But I think she's gonna make a really cool horse. What a good girl. Nice.
Good girl. Good job. I think that's probably a good place.
Yeah, that was good. You putted her up on the nose.
Yeah.
That's good.
Maybe do I don't know, if the wind slows down, maybe do one more session today.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have time.
Oh, sorry. Crowding ya. I feel like at least there was some change today. It wasn't perfection by any means, but at least we did a little bit of hooking on, and she has a really good draw. If someone had good timing and could read her really well, you would set her up for success really fast. So it was good to see. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think you did good.
It was fun working with her. I just wish she would stop and think a little longer. It's really hard to give her a good release, because then she's just like on to the next thing really quickly. I wish she would soak a little bit. Ty talks about how they learn when you quit, and she doesn't learn for very long before she's on to the next thing. But
even right now, she's thinking. Sometimes she kind of has a busy mind while she's like processing, and then like a minute after she kind of starts processing.
Maybe.
But she is pretty busy. It's
Yeah.
like she still is kind of dealing with that emotion, and she's got to go do something.
Yeah.
But then like right now she's over here, she's processing now. She's looking and chewing, and so she does think. I think she just is kind of busy-minded, and it takes her a minute to kind of come down and allows her to, have that moment to think. So
I notice I have a little bit of like hesitation to bring up the energy, because I'm not like super confident in my ability to bring it down and end on a good note.
Yeah.
So it's like if someone like me who's kind of new to working with Mustangs, you could be a little hesitant to bring up that energy. But I think if you don't bring up that energy and kind of get over the hump, you just almost like you're just building pressure and anxiety and annoyance. And so I think you have to get to where you can kind of bring up that energy to get her over the hump. And I'm sure my 10th Mustang, I'll do it a lot better than I'm doing with her. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking, is try to, when necessary, bring up the energy to be like, no, you're paying attention to me or whatever, and be a good leader versus just like seeking peace the entire time.
yeah,
I don't know.
I've heard that called the barn cat syndrome. It's like the barn cat, the barn cat just walks around and the horses get used to it and whatever.
Yeah.
But they don't respect the barn cat.
Yep.
They don't look at the barn cat as their leader. They don't learn from the barn cat. It's just there. You don't want to be the barn cat.
Yep. That's a good way to put it. All right, I think I'll open the gate and let her in with Mrs. Perfect over there.
We better pick up some of these branches so they don't colic on all that green leafy stuff.
I
There's
know,
a
it's
lot that blew in there. Let's pick them all up.
That wind was nuts.
Oh my gosh, it's bad. Hey, girlfriend. Alrighty. Oh, spooky.
Well, that's the end of session number 2. That was good. I felt like we gained a little bit of ground just by, for one, me being a little bit more assertive and a little more, oh my, a shingle just flew off over there.
Over at someone else's house?
Hopefully. No, it flew like right over our head here.
Oh, what?
Probably off the tack room.
As you can see, the shingles on this tack room need replaced.
Yeah. But yeah, I think just by being a little more assertive and a little less timid with her, I think that's kind of what she needs. Because she's not super afraid. She's just a little more apt to tune me out and just kind of trot around and kind of like, be like, I don't really want to listen to you. I'll just do my own thing. So just by being a little more assertive, and even though I don't know exactly what to do with perfect timing, just like kind of pretending like I do in my mind and be like, all right, we're doing this and I'm the leader, and so that's what we're doing, right or wrong. I think that's kind of the right move for now. So it went good. The wind was whipping. That was a challenging one. I had dust in my eyes. She did really good, not just tearing around for how hard the wind was blowing. And little Miss Chestnut was running around next door. So
yeah.
We had a lot of challenges, but we actually gained some ground already. So that's pretty exciting, and it's really fun working with my first Mustang.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm proud of both of you, how well you did for the stormy weather. like you said, that chestnut was running around, branches are falling out of the trees, and really she handled it all well. Like there's a couple little bottles, like the rubber band thing was rolling across.
Yeah.
You know, my hat flew over there, so, and she was really doing pretty darn good.
She has a great mind.
She really does.
She's really, I mean, in some aspects she lacks confidence, as you would expect, but in other aspects she's like just really solid and not super overreactive. So
No.
I'm excited to see what the future holds with her.
Yeah, she's gonna be really cool.
I think so.
Thank you guys so much for watching. It has been really interesting seeing the difference between individual Mustangs. Sometimes you get one that accepts things very quickly, and other times they can be quite the challenge. We hope this series helps demonstrate that every horse is an individual and needs their own time to process, learn, and accept new things. There's no exact formula with Mustangs, and a huge part of good horsemanship is learning to work with the horse in front of you. We hope you guys have been enjoying this husband versus wife Mustang challenge. If you are, give this video a thumbs up because it really helps support the channel. If you want to watch more Mustang content, you can click on the playlist shown here. And if you want to follow along with these girls' journey, don't forget to subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow with session 2 of day 2, so stay tuned.